Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Jamie and I am Intuitive Wisdom. I hope you all are feeling good. I hope you're always walking in your power, and I hope that you are just enjoying life, most importantly, enjoying the journey. Don't get distracted by the destination because technically there is none. Life is a marathon, so we just are meant to enjoy the ride along the way. Speaking of rides, I'm going to the carnival with my kids today, so just more of, of having fun and enjoying life. So with that being said, let's tap in and see what the message is, see what Spirit has to say to us. I'm going to pick an oracle for an overall energy of the reading, and this is completion, closing doors with number 5. This speaks of change as well. I'm going to read out of the oracle book as to what the real meaning is. So here we go. Closing doors, its endings, completions, and your greater calling. When the closing door shows up, it's a call to recognize an ending, to terminate a relationship, a job, a task, or a situation that has been dragging on for far too long. Unlock the cage that have been trapped. Unlock the cage that you have been trapped in, and shut the door behind you. This is not the time to worry about what others might think or feel. Instead, break with routine, consider what you think and how you feel, and be true to your heart's calling. It's time to walk out the door. If you do not see a door, but only a solid wall in front of you, ask for assistance. Muster the courage to say no more. Remember as well that no one else needs to be wrong in order for you to do what you've known you needed to do for a long time. If the door to a project or a relationship has been closed to you, stop knocking on it. You have tried that already, and no one answered, at least not in the way that you would have liked. Take this as a gift. Difficult and painful as it might be, move on. Every door that shuts is an invitation to find another way, another path to your destination. Better to recognize this earlier rather than later. How many of us leave a relationship or jobs years after we knew it was time to move on? Stop wallowing in the pain and lingering on the reasons why things did not work. It's keeping you from your greater call. Bow deeply before that closed door. Give thanks to the lessons and set yourself free. Wow. Literally, when I was getting gas this morning, I was like, it's so important to know when a cycle is complete, and it's just a small window of opportunity that you have to understand when something is done and over with, or else you're gonna repeat that cycle, or you have the opportunity to go through this door and close it. So just make sure that when you see this slither of light and this small opportunity of change, and you know that it's time for you to make a change, to do something, take that opportunity and do it. So that's the energy of the reading. I'm going to pull from the tarot, see what tarot has for us. And it's really getting, it used to be really hard for us to, me at least, to see this light and to recognize when there is an opportunity for change and when the cycle has been completed. It used to be difficult for me to grasp that and to understand, like, this is my time to change. But as we grow and as we go further in this ascension, and as we continue to just grow ourselves, it's getting louder and louder. Like, it's almost impossible to ignore when it's time to close a door. You can see it. You're going to get signs from your guides, your higher self, God. It's just loud. So there's really no denying it. If there's something that you know that you need to put an end to, close it, do it, end it, leave it, because all it's doing is sucking your energy, and keeping you in a cycle that should have been completed. All right. So just make sure that you're closing these doors. The Hanged Man in the reverse. This is somebody who's already coming out of an enlightenment. This is someone who has understood something. This is someone who's gone through what we call a dark night of the soul. you know, and you've had to go through a silent period of your life, of just listening for guidance. Um, and you're coming out of that here with the Hangman in the reverse. So you're seeing things clearly. You understand what the situation was, and you know how to move forth after you've closed this door and you're moving into something new. It could even be just a new mindset. It can be a new way of thinking. You know, just whatever it is that you're leaving behind, you know that you've already received the answers, and you already know that it is time for you to close the door on this situation. Because there was an unequal give and take. Got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This is all about unequality. In the upright, this is equality. This is things being equal. But it's reversed. And this is why you had to leave this situation, because there was an imbalance in the energy. And all that does is drain you. Maybe you were giving to a situation that was not giving back to you. And that's another sign when you know that it's time to close that door and it's time to leave. It's something that's draining you. You're tired of it. You don't look forward to it. Maybe you might even avoid it. It was something that was causing illusions. Something that had you stuck in an illusion. Something that may have, you know, pretended like it had, you know, some great offer for you, something that was going to be emotionally fulfilling, but it wasn't. The Seven of Cups is like it's an illusions card. It's also choices, but all I'm seeing right here is just illusions. Yeah, with the Ace of Cups in the reverse, whatever this situation was, it was draining your energy. And you had to let it go. And it was causing a big drain on your heart. The Ace of Cups is a big emotional fulfillment, big love. It's big things. So maybe you were putting your heart and everything into whatever this situation was, but you were pouring into a cup that had a hole in it, essentially. So just let that go. Let it go. This is just your confirmation. And this is more of your confirmation. Oh, the cards are talking loud today. We got the Ace of Wands. This is the green light. After you've closed the door and you've come to some sort of enlightenment, and things have been brought full circle, God is giving you the opportunity to move forward. He's passing you the baton. He's like, here, you know, you've got the mental clarity, you know, you're coming out of any stagnation, or you're coming out of this hangman energy of listening and having a different perspective on different things. God is saying, here, this is your passionate new beginning, because you have successfully closed a cycle out and you've closed a door. And we go through these, it doesn't even have to be anything big. We close out cycles daily. If you just want to start with a 24-hour cycle, you know, so this can be a big cycle. I mean, this can be something big that you closed off, or it can be just something small that, you know, you closed off. But whatever it was that you closed off is going to give you an opportunity to move forward passionately. And this is big. So even if it was something small, it was something small that was holding you back from this passion that you really did want to accept, and you want to move forward in it. And this is your justice. This is something, that you've worked hard towards. This is something that is owed to you. This is your karma. So just as much as you put into whatever the situation was, is how much you're about to reap. You're about to get back for that. The scales are being balanced. And you're just really, you're really just about to walk into something passionate, something really good for you. What is it? Let's be nosy and see if we can see what is it that you have to look forward to. And yesterday I did a reading, and it was pretty much all about mental clarity. And how I think that mental clarity is really underestimated. Because once you have that clear mind, you are able to accept this baton. You're able to accept this offer from God and move forward with it fully and wholly, because you have the space, you have the clear mind. What good is it to get something and your mind is cloudy and your mind is foggy, or you're stressed out? It's no good. It doesn't mean anything. But this is just showing that you have closed a cycle, or you're about to. Even if you haven't come out of this hangman position yet of understanding, you're about to. And things are just about to start picking up fast for you too, because a wand is also, it's swift. It's a quick movement. So I asked what this was about. Like, what is your justice? And the Hierophant came out. Lessons learned is what I'm getting. That's your justice, is not having to go back and repeat the cycle. The Hierophant is a spiritual leader, or it's just somebody in a big position, somebody who people look up to. So I'm just feeling like you have gained such a good understanding now that you're going to be able to teach lessons. And that's another part of the journey, is for us to go through these cycles and close them off and tell our story and teach others about, how to go about it, or because we all go through not the exact same situations, but we all go through all of these energies at some point in our life. So it's important to share your story and teach others. It helps expedite the process of this ascension that we're in. It helps elevate each other once, you are able to share your story and your knowledge with others. Yeah, I mean, we're all one. We're all in this together anyway. So it would just be at our best benefit to share, what we have learned. There's nothing to hold back. Don't be stingy. Don't feel like you have to hide what you know, your knowledge. Your knowledge is meant to be shared. It's meant to be expressed. It's meant for you. We're all teachers and we're all students, is what this card says, is that we are all teachers and we're all students. So going through your lessons, there's nothing to be ashamed about. Your story, your testimony, don't ever be ashamed of what you go through on a day, on a day-to-day, or your struggles or anything, because I guarantee you there's somebody else who's going through the same thing and they need to hear your story. They need some advice. They need something. When you're in this hanged man position, this is you and God talking. God is explaining something to you that you're supposed to come back and share with the world when you come out of this position. So for these two to be right here, this is God. These are both very spiritual cards. The hanged man is more of a, it's more of an internal type of spiritual thing. And the Hierophant is actually like a spiritual teacher. So you've been enlightened. And you're being asked to share your story and to share your wisdom. The High Priestess. She is wisdom. The High Priestess is all-knowing. The High Priestess, this is like the energy, this is the intuition. The High Priestess is, it's that calm before you make a decision. It's that little still peace of mind that tells you which way to go. So this is you. I feel like this is you listening to, this is you just being extremely connected and listening to your intuition. This is exactly what has allowed you to see this slither of light and see that it's time to close and complete a cycle. This is your guide. This is your soul, your higher self that you have been led with the whole time. And she's never steered you in the wrong direction. She's going to always lead you right where you need to be all the time. And she has led you to your justice. She has led you to And I say she because the high priestess is a feminine energy, because feminine is receptive and she receives information. So she has guided you and led you to this new journey and this new passionate beginning and this new opportunity to and a wand is also like a magic wand. Like, this is something that you're going to be able to create with. This is your justice. This is your karma. This is what you're getting. This is cool. I love this for you guys. It is. It's something to celebrate, honestly, when you, little celebrations, even celebrate the little wins that you make. Celebrate them and make them loud, and so you can remember them, you know, so you don't go back and repeat these little tiny cycles over and over and over, because repeating these little tiny cycles over and over create the bigger picture. So celebrate your small wins. If you didn't, you know, if you tried not to do something and you didn't do it for one day, cool. Kudos to you. Celebrate it. That's a big win. Don't ever feel like, oh, it's only been one day, or it's been day one, or you know, or even if you go back and relapse, or whatever you want to call it, you go back into it and you do it again. Don't fault yourself for it. Get back up and try again. Keep going. You have to persevere. You have to have the strength to continue, to just continue, just to persevere in this new cycle. And you really don't have a choice to. Again, I said it's like so loud. You can't, after coming out of this Hangman enlightened period, it's like you can't unsee it type of thing. So your higher self, your high priestess, is always going to be right there staring at you before you make this decision. She's the one that stands before this door, right? She's like, look, I'm right here. Now you have an opportunity. Once I move out the way, you have an opportunity to go through this door or to close it. But this right here is this moment of silence that makes you remember, like, okay, what am I going to do? Which way am I going to go? So make sure that you are listening to her, and don't put anything above her. Nothing goes above this high priestess energy, because this is your connection to, and this is your connection to the spirit realm. This is your connection to your intuition. This is like that fight or flight type of thing. Like, you know, like, okay, if you have a quick decision to make and you really don't know, if you just close your eyes and be still and go for it. That's the high priestess. And she's going to take you the right way all the time. Listen to her. I'm not even going to put anything on top of her because, you know, and it's really the Hierophant and the high priestess. This is a pair. The high priestess is internal, intuition. The Hierophant is her opposite. The Hierophant is a male energy. And it's here, actually here in the 3D. So this is like just somebody who has a lot of power here on the 3D realm. And she has a lot of power here in the spirit realm. So for them to even come out together really says that you're activated and you you're in your knowing. This is like a shield. This is a protection. Once you have her activated and you know what she looks like and you know what this intuition feels like and you know how to let this lead you, it's going to really show how strong and powerful you are here in the 3D on the outside. So you lead with your high priestess, and this will make you the Hierophant. It'll make you strong, you know? Congratulations to you, if I didn't say that already, because, you know, that card kept wanting to come out. The Nine of Wands. It's completions. It's endings. It's not necessarily completions. Completion is 10. But the Nine of Wands is like a wounded warrior. You're done. You're over it. You've completed the mission. And the Seven of Cups. I'm sorry, the Seven of Pentacles. You've completed this mission. And this is all about, the Seven of Pentacles is about, it's karma. It's reaping what you sow. You might be, Seven of Pentacles is also like a reflection, thinking, observation. So you might be looking back at your past and seeing, like, you know, What steps have I taken, you know, to build? Like maybe what things have you done right, or good karma? What good karma have you produced to get you here this far? Because you reap what you sow. That's what this is just saying. So maybe you're just, yeah, looking back and seeing what has gotten you here this far. And the Ace of Swords, it's all about mental clarity. Again, this card came out yesterday. Ace of Swords, enlightenment. You have mind control. And again, man, the mind, the power of the mind. If you have this Ace of Swords energy, all of these three cards together is just so strong. It's rare that we have these opportunities where we have absolute control over our mind, and we can see things in a different way, right? Because we have so much in our lives. We have all of us have a lot going on, inside and out, internally and externally. So sometimes the mind, it can wander. Sometimes the mind, you know, can get lost. Sometimes you can, you know, lose this sword. I'm not saying you're losing your mind or you're going crazy, but just sometimes so many things just cloud our mind and fog our mind. But you closing whatever door this was has allowed you to walk into this mental clarity. This has allowed you to have power over your mental. And when you have power over your mind, you're going to make all the right moves. You're going to take action with this sword, right? You're going to, this is going to just lead you into doing all the right things. And I'm not saying you're going to be perfect and that you're not going to make any more mistakes, but I'm just saying that this new starting point that you're at, mental clarity is absolutely imperative, because it's going to lead you to the next steps that you're taking. And this is really something that can't be taken away from you. This is your light. Like once you're being led by your own light and you're guided by your own light with the Hermit, you can see everything. You can take your lantern and your light and you can shed it on stuff that maybe you might be confused about, right? So that's why it's important that you always do go internal, and you strengthen your light and you get connected with your light, because this is what's guiding you. Your light is your connection to the spirit realm as well, and your higher self, and that's what's leading you. So you and the Hermit and the Hierophant and the Ace of Swords, you guys are all working in one. And this is all just because this is something that is yours with this Justice card. Like, we have fate. Fated, or destiny, I guess is what I want to say. So just know that whatever path that you're on right now, is you've already taken all the necessary steps. Like, you're right where you need to be. No matter what your past may look like, you're growing beautifully, and you're producing valuable things, and you're learning valuable lessons, and you're growing, and you're teaching. You know, speak your truth with this Hierophant. Speak what you have learned. Don't let anybody ever cloud your judgment. Don't let anything or anybody ever make you feel like you're, you know, you've made wrong decisions, or that you don't know, you know, because you do. Our journeys are all, you know, they're all paved for us individually. Nobody's path is the same. So just always make sure to recognize yourself and how far that you have come. I'm just going to pick one more card. I'll pick another. I'll pick two more cards. The World in reverse. Cycles complete. And so in the upright, it's in the reverse. In the upright, it is about successfully completing a cycle, and things coming full circle, and you seeing the whole picture, right? It's in the reverse because you're done and you've closed this door, and you are starting a new cycle, and you're on a new journey. And it's going to go good for you. Absolutely. I said I was going to pick one more, and this one just popped out. The Queen of Wands is very confident in what she is doing. She's very in tune with her magic. She knows where to point her wand and how to create with it. She's very beautiful, very, very abundant. And to get to a point like this, you know, the queen has been through a lot too. Just like a king, it takes a lot to be a king. It takes a lot to be a queen as well. It takes a lot to have power over this divine feminine energy within yourself. You know, it's a bumpy ride, but you have your wand and you're holding it confidently, and nobody is going to take this out of your hand. There's nothing that's going to stop you, is what this Queen of Wands is saying. And the Moon card wanted to come out again. Okay, so with the Queen of Wands and the Moon card, I don't know, like you might be doing something or working on something quietly. You might not be telling anybody what your next moves are going to be. And you don't have to. You might, okay, that was my cue. My kids just turned their music on. But you just might be in a space right now where you're not really, you're not letting anybody know what your next move is going to be. And that's very important too when you're in the middle of manifesting. The Queen of Wands is also about manifesting. It's important for you to kind of cultivate whatever it is that you're trying to grow. And you don't have to shed light on it, and you don't have to let others know what you're about to do, because you're growing it and you're strengthening it right now. So whenever you do come out and you do point your wand in whatever direction that you're about to point it to create, it's going to produce beauty, and you're winning. You're good. You're good to go. Holy Spirit, thank you. If we could just get one more message of advice for the collective. Just one more message. Here we go. The star and the strength. I see that. You're good. You're done. You're done. Beautiful energy. You're getting your wishes, your wish fulfillment. You have the strength. You have the tools that you need. I'm surprised the Magician didn't come out. Everything that you have gone through in the past has led you here to this point. And it has taken you a lot of strength to get here. But the fact that you have always stayed dedicated and true to God, to yourself, to the light that you hold within, there is nothing that has stopped you from getting this justice that you've always deserved. Like, you're winning. You're winning. You're good. And just, you know, continue to know that. Continue and remember that you have closed this door already. So it's done. I'm going to leave that right there, because these two cards just right here speak volumes. You've already closed the door and you're about to move forward in your passionate new beginning. So I hope that you found this message. If it resonates with you, please like and subscribe. And if you like the way that I read, please share the message, and enjoy your Sunday. Love you guys. Bye.